Hello, it's Huples Cat. Time to spring clean the car kit using magic. So the base of my car kit is 2 RINO ready emergency backpacks that I've substantially changed and altered, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. The idea behind it is that we'd be able to stay for 2 weeks if required, away from home, being self-sufficient in terms of water and food. Kind of a stretch. I'm not sure if I actually altogether tick all of those boxes, but for now I'm going to add a few things to the kit. I'm vegan, Wolfie is not. I'm adding sardines. 2 tins in spring water. Each tin is only 110 calories, but they last quite a long time, a lot longer than the expiry date. Because it's not in oil, it won't go rancid that quick. The other main thing I'm adding is a rocket stove. I got this from a pocket box. I have my little one here, and I have the big one I bought, and a cook kit, and I put in some more knife and forks. We usually carry one of these, especially in the summer. It's a bowl. You can use this yourself, or you can use it for your little terrier. Right, little terrier? Lightweight, it's going to last for ages, folds flat. You can use it as a plate, use it as a bowl. Somewhat expired map of Ontario, I have to get a new one of these. I have not one, but 2 under the seat containers full of food. So that's container number 1 emptied, far too much heavy cutlery, but everything's in great shape apart from, this has been melted and frozen, so I think it's time to eat it. So there are the 2 containers under the seat emptied out. And this side I'm actually not going to put back in the car kit. This was 2014 expired, but at the same time it needs a Bodum, and there isn't a Bodum in the car, so it's time for that to go. I have about 2 litres of water. It's inadequate for 2 weeks clearly, but I like to have some water on hand. Keep it in a Ziploc bag because they do break occasionally. What's in the RINO Ready packs? They have a whistle that I put on, and also a flashlight that I put on LED. It's got the battery covered and hopefully it would work, but it's just there just in case. This one has the whistle and the light unused. This one also has a special tool added to it. Crowbar, miniature crowbar, solid metal, really big, uses defensive weapon, use it to break into buildings, use it to get the doors of cars open. A useful bit of kit. These are the 2 kits open. The only way to tidy stuff is to completely empty them, so I'm going to do that now. This is the inside of one of the packs. This on this side is what you're looking at is stuff that came with the kit. Now you're looking at the stuff I added. A whole bunch of Bic lighters. Not really sure I need quite so many Bic lighters. We'll see when we put the kits back together what we need. There's another can opener. These gels last forever. There's a micro towel to pre-filter. And a mini soya. I do not recommend a mini soya, but in this instance I figured it was something I had and I would use it. The main recommendation I have for getting home or bugging in temporarily before getting home is to use aqua tabs. Quite straightforward to use, and you may have to wait 4 hours to get some fresh water, but you should have enough fresh water already on you. A temporary dental repair kit, some toenail clippers, hygiene and toilet, a baby bag, some food, that's actually oatmeal. There's also some quality thread and a selection of needles. Again, it's pretty much overkill. I actually put in a pack of playing cards for this application. I might be in a basement with Kitty for 2 weeks, if there's a radioactive event. Survival bandana with information on it, and balaclava, always a useful bit of kit. When you're going through kits, any kits, if you have stuff like a flashlight in it, make sure it works. This came with the RINO Ready, and in fact it does work. And it is an LED, as you can see. Has a recharging cable with it, and I'll be fully recharging it before I put it back in the case. Now this is the RINO Ready headlamp, and I put batteries in with it. Batteries are not in the case. It's probably best not to put batteries inside electronic devices unless you are going to check it every 6 months to a year. Nothing wrecks electronics like a rotten battery. Now one of the things I was happy with the RINO Ready is they actually sent me a knife with a belt loop attachment, which is always a good idea if you have a belt. And a tiny little ferro rod, which is always useful to have. It's actually not a bad knife. I'm quite happy with it. The only thing I would like is much more of a knife guard around here. Also inside of the nice sheath, I added this. This is a Smith's knife sharpener. Ceramic, it will destroy your blade over time. Buy lots of knives and you won't have that problem. And I also bought a knife sharpening stone as well. Not so much for this. in case I find an axe or a machete along my way. As you're wondering, there is a first aid kit in the car in addition to these kits, which is from the RINO Ready series but completely renovated by myself. Always a good idea to know what's in every kit. So this was a kit I put together and kept in here inside the RINO Ready. It's basically a hygiene kit with a few extra little bits and pieces in it. This is from RINO Ready, and this I added in and actually kept most of it in the dry bags. They're not perfectly dry from a pocket box, but they're better than nothing. If you're only going to take one book with you, I recommend that one. Has a matching knife. Difference with this one, I actually did get a multi-tool. People swear by them. I'm not altogether sure they're worth the money, but I do have a pair of pliers and some other tools in a pinch. Of course, it also has a ferro rod. So each of the boxes has the RINO Ready flashlight in it, and it works. Used mostly for signalling or walking around houses. You don't really want to have a flashlight on outside at night during grid down unless you're really comfortable about what's going on around you. Normal Subai says they're fine in the dark. Normal Subai says you have to have a flashlight to walk on a dark trail at night. It really depends. If it's fully clouded over and there's no moon at all, yeah, probably ain't go anywhere safely without a flashlight. But bear in mind, people can see these from an awful long way away. And if it is grid down, if there's been a major disaster, you might want to signal people for help, or you might want to just pretend you're not there. Be aware of the fact, flashlight, like anything, is a tool. It can be used to find you, it can be used to find other things, it can also be used to track you. Be careful with a flashlight. And this one also has the connector, and this one also will be fully charged before it's placed back into the kits. And extra water carriage, and an extra flashlight. Signaling, but also to make Kitty feel comfortable. But it's also important to have a mirror of some type with you, so you can actually examine yourself for injuries that you can't actually see by looking. Now I have to put all this stuff away. So this is the final result. 2 packs, a lot of duplication in each pack. I do have a pair of work gloves for me and for Kitty in both packs, and also some other stuff that we would take if we had one pack. But the main difference with this is because of the addition of the propane rocket stove. This is the pack you have to take. Best to take both of the packs, but if you can only take one, take this one, and it is the yellow one. And it's going to be the one behind the driver's seat, because that's where Kitty is, because I don't drive. And she's more likely to remember to take the one behind her than to take the one across the way. Plus, when she gets out of the car in an emergency and decides she has to run, the package is there. Of course, if I'm in the car, we're taking everything. And that's it. Car kit spring cleaning done 2023. Well, thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Toodles. This video has been brought to you by the world's nicest terrier production 2023. Kisses, Wolfie. Kisses. No kisses. Oh. Whoop.